Hello and welcome to the 19th day of Elul. I am going to talk today a little bit about the tribe that is associated with the month of Elul. The month of Elul, every month has a tribe of the 12 tribes associated with the 12 months. And for Elul, it's associated with the tribe of Gad. Sometimes people in Hebrew it would be pronounced God, but since that sounds so much like God, we're going to go with Gad, sound the American pronunciation. So, according to the Jewish Encyclopedia, which I think was written in 1906, the tribe that descended from Gad, the seventh son of Jacob, in the desert, it was credited with 40,000 men able to bear arms. Gad was a warlike tribe, and it took part in the conquest of the Transjordanic regions, rich in flocks. It occupied, with Reuven and half of Manasseh, the district east of the Jordan that once belonged to the kings of Heshbon and Bashan and was partly settled by the Ammonites. So you'll remember that Elul is the new year of the animals. So it's interesting that he was a herdsman who herded animals, particularly cattle. So in rabbinic literature, Gad was called Gad after the manna, which was like coriander, which is Gad in Hebrew, interestingly. Because of the strength, he was not presented by Joseph to the Pharaoh, because he was afraid that Pharaoh would appoint him one of his guards, and Joseph didn't want that. Foreseeing that the children of Gad would devote themselves to breeding cattle, Yaakov ordered that in carrying his bier, Gad should walk on the southern side, whence came the beneficent rains and fructifying dew. And the tribe of Gad occupied the southern side of the camp also. They were neighbors of Korach because, like him, they were quarrelsome. And you'll remember Korach is the one whose the land opened up and swallowed them when they railed against Moses. So he had a standard. Everybody had a flag that they carried, which is kind of cool. So you guys are in Siena, so we know about the flags. If he was in Siena, Gad would be mistaken for Civetta because he does his red and black. So he has a standard of red and black with a camp painted on it. According to some, the name Gad was inscribed on the agate in the breastplate of the high priest. According to others, it was the amber or sapphire. It was the seventh stone in the breastplate because he was the seventh son. Others declare that it is cut of amethyst. So it sounds like it was a red gem at any rate. Sapphires can be blue, but amber is sort of yellowish red, and agate is usually red, and amethyst is most often red or purple. So it has the virtue of infusing martial courage because he was warlike. The tribe of Gad is blamed for having chosen the other side of the Jordan. When they arrived at the Jordan, they saw the fertility of the land and they said, one handful of enjoyment on this side is better than two on the other, which is like the original version of a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. That's kind of where that comes from, I think. But they did cross the river to help in the conquest of Palestine because he was, again, a great warrior. It said that he was such a great warrior, his tribe was such a great warrior tribe that you could tell where they were on the battlefield because you could see their arms and legs flying, which is kind of horrifying. But according to some, Gad has a descendant Elijah in the tribe. And the tribes of Gad and Reuven were the first that went into exile, so we really don't know who they are in the modern day. Gad is the seventh son of Yaakov. He was born to Zilpah, the handmaid of Leah, as was Asher, her other son. Gad also had 7 sons. So like the number 7 is considered lucky, probably because it's the number of days of creation, it's got this magical component to it. Gad's name means lucky or fortunate. There is critical theory that says since he is the son of Zilpah, Leah's handmaid, he's not a full brother to Reuven and the other northern tribes. The geographical notes on Gad are for the same reason diverse and divergent. Various cities designated in numbers as belonging to Gad, but later the same territory belongs to Reuven. The boundaries of Gad are also different in Joshua. These and other discrepancies show a wide latitude and some indefiniteness in the use of Gad as a territorial designation. Gilead sometimes includes Gad in Judges, though at times it denotes the north country of Gad, and again, a country south of Yazer in Joshua. It seems to indicate that Gad was originally the name of a nomadic tribe. and it was then applied to the territory which this tribe passed over and settled in. The gradual extension of the use of the name shows on the whole that the tribe coming from the south pushed steadily northward. The territory was never secure from invasion and attacks. To the south, it was exposed to the Moabites, and to the north to the Arameans from Damascus, and later to the Assyrians. Ezekiel assigns to Gad the southern boundary of his territorial scheme. The suggestion has been made that the name of the tribe is derived from Gad, the Semitic deity of luck. In common with his brother, Zilpah's other child, Asher or Asherah, is possibly that of the tribal name derives from a deity worshipped by the tribe, Gad being thought by scholars to likely have been taking its name from Gad, the Semitic deity of fortune, possibly the tribe from which Zilpah came. So the name of the god of fortune found in Isa, along with Meni, M-E-N-I, the name of the god of destiny. This passage refers to meals or feasts held by the Hebrews in Babylonia in honor of these deities. Nothing is known about any Babylonian deity by the name of Gad, but Aramaean and other Arabic equivalents show that the same god was honored among other leading Semitic peoples. The verb root means to cut or to divide. Thence comes the idea of portioning out, which is also present in the word Meni, M-E-N-I, the name of the kindred deity. So Gad is perhaps found in Genesis by the help of Gad, an exclamation of Leah at the birth of Zilpah's son. It's like, by Jove. Indeed, it's quite possible that the narrative arises from a tradition connecting the tribal eponym with the deity himself. How widespread is the cult of Gad or fortune was in the old Canaanite times may be inferred from the names Baal-Gad, a city at the foot of Mount Hermon, Migdal-Gad in the territory of Judah, and compare also the proper names Gadi and Gadiel in the tribes of Manasseh and Zebulun. At the same time, it must not be supposed that Gad was always regarded as an independent deity. His name was doubtless originally an appellative, meaning the power that allots. Hence, any other greater gods supposed to favor men might be thought as the giver of good fortune, to be worshipped under that appellative. It's possible that Jupiter also may have been named Gad, so by Jove, absolutely. Among the Arabs, the planet Jupiter, associated in the Sefer Yetzirah with the letter Gimel, is called greater fortune. So Gad, the god of fortune, is frequently invoked in the Talmud in magical formulas for goodwill and wishes. For instance, in Shabbat 67b, it says, one who says, my fortune be fortunate, Gad Gadi, and be not weary by day or by night. Rabbi Yehuda says, that is more severe than the ways of the Amorite, as Gad is nothing other than a term of idolatry. And it is stated, and you that forsake the Lord, that forget my holy mountain, that prepare a table for Gad, and that offer mingled wine in full measure unto Meni. Gad Gadi is a form of prayer to an idol, but the name is often synonymous with luck. So Gad is the patron saint of a locality, a mountain, an idol, a house, or the world. Hence, luck may also be bad. A couch or a bed for this god of fortune is referred to in Nedarim 56a. The Gemara asks, what is a dargash? Ula said, it is a bed of good fortune, placed in the house as a fortuitous omen and not designated for sleeping. So it's like in the Talmud, they both say this is idol worship, and they say, but it's okay to put a couch in your upper room and say this bed is for luck should he come to visit. So, and that could be the luck of the divine, maybe Shekhinah, maybe Adonai, not a separate deity, absolutely not, but just luck, as we call it, Gad. So that's the story with the tribe of Gad, and that's why we're talking about him today. He is affiliated with this particular month of Elul. And now we're going to, for our good luck, blow our shofar today. And we can switch back to the right view. I'm going to tilt my screen down, and I'm going to do some calls. All right. Tekiah! Shvarim Trua. Tikia.
Tikia. Shavarim. Tikia.
Tikia. Shivari, Trua. Tikia. Tikia. Shivarim Trua. Tikia.
Tikia. Shavarim. Tikia.
Tikia. Trua. Tikia. Tikia. Shvarim Trua. Tikia. Whew.
Ooh, it doesn't get any
Lots
easier.
with that. Yeah, there's a lot of. We already played this morning at Cedar Sinai, so.
You did a big mitzvah. Andrine and Howard went to Cedar Sinai to sound shofar for all the people there so they could hear the shofar during the month of Elul.
It was wonderful. Really lovely. So thank you everyone for joining us today, and we will see you again tomorrow.